Hi, I just want to run through a couple of ways that you can possibly look to improve your recovery and reduce your inflammation if you're into sport, be it mixed martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, rugby, football, whatever. Okay, so first thing, most importantly I think, gut health. For some reason my MacBook likes to reverse thing, right, to switch things around, but that should say probiotic support. If your gut flora is out of sync, and you get leaky gut syndrome and have gut inflammation, anything's out of sync with your gut basically, you'll get inflammatory cytokines, whatever they are, apparently spread throughout your body. It can cause systemic or body inflammation. So your sinuses might get inflamed, your muscles might get inflamed, you might get tendonitis. Whereas if your gut was in perfect health, you wouldn't have all those problems. Your immune system goes to pot basically and just goes pow 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 around your body. You get loads of inflammation. So make sure your gut health's good. One good tip on that is apple cider vinegar 10 minutes before you eat a big high protein meal or your main meal, because it's quite acidic and because it's got natural probiotics and digestive enzymes in it apparently. Helps you break down food, takes a bit of the stress off your stomach. Eating lots of plant-based foods, lots of whole raw foods is ideal as well if you can. Okay, so have a look into gut health. Some people as well say have glutamine first thing in the morning on an empty stomach with your probiotic, which is what I've tried doing recently. Apparently it helps restore your gut lining, prevents you getting leaky gut syndrome, okay? Moving on quickly, probably the second most important thing is fish oil, omega-3. Your omega-3, omega-6 ratio, apparently back in the day when we were cavemen, it's been completely reversed. So now we're having too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3. Omega-6, you think of it, omega-6, you think of it as quite healthy, like sunflower oil, etc., but it's not. We get far too much of it apparently, from what I've read and from looking at research papers as well. So I think it's pretty much solid evidence that too much omega-6, not enough omega-3 is bad for you. So if that's an issue, have a look into krill oil or just normal fish oil and try and up your dosage of that as well, okay? Another great thing is ginkgo biloba, which is really good anti-inflammatory. Again, you've got to be careful with this. It does thin your blood slightly, so thinning your blood is generally good, but it can, but it can increase your risk of bleeding. So if you've got on any kind of medication, just be careful of that. But I find that really good. There's also some evidence that does help with your gut as well, because it's such a strong anti-inflammatory. So that's good stuff. I don't have it with me now, but bromelaine's good as well. So rather than bromelain as well, if you can, you just eat pineapple. So bromelain is a natural anti-inflammatory that's found in pineapple. So I've looked into that. Ginger, I literally get the spice and whack it in some boiling water and have ginger tea if I get any indigestion. That's my new thing at the moment. Again, ideally you want the kind of raw version of it, so get the ginger in its original state and just cut that up and put that in your tea if you can instead. I do both. I'll add a couple of slices of ginger and whack in the spice as well. And I think finally is, I said turmeric. So turmeric, if you add that to your post-workout shake or just to your foods with some black pepper makes it, I think it's called curcumin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is the active ingredient that's anti-inflammatory, really good for your gut as well. Add that to your foods with black pepper. Black pepper increases the absorption by quite a bit apparently. So that's another really good natural anti-inflammatory. And finally, Himalayan salt. Got a big range of electrolytes, including magnesium, which is a big one that people get deficient in. So use Himalayan salt instead of table salt. That's probably the final thing. One quick tip as well, I'm a big fan of Epsom salt baths, but a lot of the guys I train with, when I suggest Epsom salt baths for recovery, like what you on about, that's used for weight cutting and it'll make you dehydrated, so who knows, but that's apparently, some people say it's good for you because it can absorb magnesium really efficiently transdermally through the skin. Other people say dehydrate you, is dangerous, so I don't know. but personally I quite like them. I haven't weighed myself before and after yet, but I might do that this evening actually. So there's my first couple of tips on recovering and reducing inflammation. Hope that helps. Actually, I'm going to give you one more quick tip. Bear me one moment. This is, I don't know how you say it, and it's backwards on my PC there. It's phosphatidylserine. I'll write it on the description of the video. If you look into that, look at some of the studies on that. I've done a blog post actually, so I'll put a link in the description to a blog post about it. Reduces your cortisol levels pretty significantly. So this is just good if you generally get stressed out. That's pretty good, that stuff. So have a look into that as well. Again, ideally, that comes from soya, but I think it's pretty difficult to get enough from the raw food source. Ideally, I think everything should be in its, how it's plucked out of the ground or taken from the tree or whatever. Try and stay away from powders and tablets if I can, but yeah. Perhaps that's one of the supplements that's worth looking into. That's not in its raw format. It's not ideal being a tablet rather than in its plant form, but I do find it quite effective, and there is reports and quite a few studies saying it does actually enhance your cognition and reduce cortisol levels quite effectively. So have a look at that as well. Sorry for waffling. Thank you very much.